years and is now retiring. Hess previously served as a helicopter pilot in Vietnam and as a circuit judge. As News 13's Brady Calhoun tells us, it was Hess's time as a judge that convinced him that the state attorney's office needed a change at the top.
Glenn Hess's service to his country and his community began in 1966 when he joined the Army. Eventually trained as a helicopter pilot, he served in Vietnam as part of the 1st Cavalry Division from March 1968 until March of 1969. Wounded in battle, Hess was awarded the Purple Heart. He also received 3 Distinguished Flying Crosses, a Bronze Star, an Army Commendation Medal, and 32 Air Medals.
Being a helicopter pilot, one of the things that I was happy to do is support the infantry, make their lives as bearable as possible. But the guys that were on the ground, the grunts, they saw just a miserable existence. And the guys at Quezon got hammered.
Hess later served in the Alabama National Guard and became interested in the law. He started practicing law in 1979 and went on to serve as a judge in the 14th Judicial Circuit for 13 years.
The criminal law system has changed tremendously. The types of crime we experience today has changed tremendously. The violence in crime is just astronomical compared to what it was in 1979. And so, yeah, there's been a very big change.
Hess believed he could benefit his community by serving as a judge.
I had a chance to learn about people's lives. I had a chance to touch people that I wouldn't have seen, in my practice usually, people that I wouldn't have come across otherwise. And I learned a lot about the human condition in society today.
While on the bench, he was guided by this philosophy.
Real simple. Do the right thing. Be fair. I listened to what they had to tell me. And I talked to them as I would talk to my own sons.
But as a judge, Hess became disheartened by what he saw from the state attorney's office. He says he believed the office needed new leadership and a new direction. 12 years ago, he ran for the constitutional office and won. He instituted major and minor changes, including ongoing training for prosecutors and a new guiding principle.
And the number one order of the day, do the right thing. It's not always easy to know what the right thing is. But as I've told my attorneys, if you're trying to find the right thing, then you're doing the right thing. And I think we've been very successful with that.
The job required Hess and his prosecutors to determine whether prison was the right place for each defendant.
I can't really say that there's a great deal of satisfaction in sending someone to prison per se. It is the satisfaction of protecting the community from that kind of person.
In retirement, Hess looks forward to visiting all of America's national parks. He says he's thankful for the community supporting him through his multiple campaigns. In Panama City, Brady Calhoun, News 13, Panhandle Strong.
Larry Bassford, Hess's second in command, was elected state attorney earlier this year. He will run the office over the next few days and then will be officially sworn in on January 5th.
Now your First Alert Storm Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Ross Whitley.
Our next storm system already starting to take shape across the middle part of the